Ooh, 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 ooh. The new Vidoc for Lightfall. We're gonna see the Amuna more. We're gonna see all the strand aspects. I know they got the little like horn, and they got, I think, the shoulder of the Titan. There's like little aspect symbols. We're gonna see a lot here. We even saw oh, in the trailer, like the build-up trailer, wasn't it like CALUS is all suited up and everything, which is actually really cool. Seeing CALUS all suited up looks so cool. So we like, it looks like we're gonna fight CALUS. Let's see if I reload it. Do you see it? Alright, once I will begin shortly. Blood, language, and violence. Hold up. Sorry, I know it just started, but come on. Better quality this. That's so good.
They've ever been. Have we been built to defend the Traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The Witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react if we were facing extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome this?
You know what must be done.
A little CALUS boy.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
Oh, it looks so good.
What the hell happens when evil finally arrives and confronts the Traveler?
So good. It looks so good. The Sony money. You can see the Sony money.
The Traveler is threatened. The Witness is here. CALUS's forces are here as well. The Pyramid fleet is here. Big shit is going down.
Damn right.
Lightfall should feel like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
One of the values that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear.
Mm-hmm.
You were the one who was initiating the
That
action.
wasn't
You were
in
the one who is
the super. That was
you were the one
normal
who was
melee.
attacking things. What this tone gave us the chance to do was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the connections that we have to each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
Oh, that guy's
The end of
voice
the
is
universe
sexy.
Coming. What do we have left other than each other?
Keep the enemy away from the
Yeah,
Traveler
that's the helm.
at all cost.
There's a pretty big, serious threat that is happening to the solar system, so we really wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
No way.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're both setting up the finale of the Light and Darkness saga. We're pulling the Witness into the frame for the first time.
The big question has been, what does it want with the Traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And in Lightfall, it does find it.
I feel like the Witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the past. You know, a lot of our Destiny antagonists are like kind of over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the Witness, who's just so reserved. It's all about control with the Witness.
The Witness is here to finish what the collapse started. Now, there's CALUS.
Oh,
He's been
mate.
power hungry, in it for himself. He's now signed on as one of the Witness's disciples. We're seeing CALUS go through a transformation and emerge as something
The tormentors on the side.
Semblance matches my inner
Oh,
Odds are
shit.
stacked against you. The Witness has arrived. We got CALUS. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this? And then you find this thread.
We knew we wanted to do another Darkness power in Destiny. Are we gonna do what everyone thinks we're gonna do? Are we gonna make like poison? No.
Everyone
We're gonna do
believed
something
that.
you'd only find in Destiny. We're gonna go talk about this thing called Strand, and it's the web of life.
I like
What
that.
does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power? It's something that doesn't actually exist. You can't just point to fire, electricity, or ice coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands lighting up the world. I think that was when everything kind of started to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler, we didn't get it from the Pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians.
That's so interesting. I feel like there's going to be a third party involved.
And you start manipulating that web.
We have light and darkness, and there's something else. Oh, it's so good.
There's some exciting player class fantasies coming up with Strand that we're introducing. So we have the Hunter Threadrunner, which is going to introduce
such a cool
threaded spike.
The Hunter Super Silk Strike, it's this kind of rope dart. You're constantly moving, constantly attacking.
It feels fluid. It has an amazing style.
What looks amazing? I love Dave.
We've never seen in Destiny.
Love Dave.
And then there's the Titan Berserker, and the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super is Blade Fury, where you weave these giant blades onto your hands. You have a melee attack that you can kind of combo and
whoa, he's so
and then you have
fast.
Your heavy attack, which sends out these suspending waves.
Bro, this is different.
The Warlock Broodweaver, the mastermind of the minions that we call the Threadlings.
The Warlock Broodweaver Super is Needlestorm. You create 3 sources of power, and then those then get launched out, and then those fly through the air. When they hit an enemy, they'll explode. When they hit the ground, they will then charge up and then turn into Threadlings.
That's good. That's different to like a Nova Bomb, I feel like. What?
All the classes will have access to a grappling hook. When you select that, that takes up your grenade slot. It was a hard challenge because, like, how can you make this idea of swinging through the world equivalent to a grenade? And so designers came up with this idea of a grapple melee.
The grapple melee is incredible.
Imagine hooking onto sparrows. I didn't even think about that.
Grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them for a second. And then when I get there, I grapple punch, blow them all up, and start shooting, and then the unravel projectiles are flying all over.
Why does this look so big?
All that stuff coming together was...
This plan looks so big.
Oh my god, that's Destiny?
Oh, Giga Chad's involved.
Has existed for hundreds of years. It branched off from Earth during our collapse and shut off any communication. So they've been secretly existing on Neptune for a very long time and keeping themselves safe.
So beautiful. Like, you can't die. So beautiful.
It was amazing to see how the concept artist made all of this beautiful art feel really fresh and new, but also a part of the Destiny universe.
When you think about how to design Neomuna, like what's the architecture like? We're thinking of a lot of aerodynamic things, fins and sailboats. That informs us sort of the architectural form language that kind of looks unlike anything we've ever seen before.
The high winds, strong pressure. We have that beach area where we show the sand is made out of diamonds.
That's cool.
The
I didn't expect
whole
that.
terrain is following up into the beginning of the city. The color, the graphic design, the vibrancy, and yeah, there's some mysteries in there.
The cool thing about Neomuna is that it's like
that is a cool
big
art piece.
neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
I think my favorite absolutely is the Thrillodrome. It is an arcade lost sector, and I think we can relate
That's actually really
to
cool.
spending our days in a sticky arcade.
Was that a waveframe heavy?
Playing games with our buddies.
I'm also so excited for people to see the puka pond with all of the pukas that have been like such a mystery since Beyond Light. And then on the other side of the city is CALUS's ship. The Typhon Imperator has landed
Typhon
square
Imperator.
in Ahimsa Park.
Sounds fucking badass.
You see that the city is indeed kind of in shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
Oh, bro. This is crazy
This is a
if this
city
is
that needs
Destiny.
the Guardians' help. It needs
We used
their
to farm
protection, and
exotics in public
CALUS
events.
is gonna do his level best
Now
to
it's
destroy
this.
it, and we're not going to let them, and neither are the Cloud Striders.
Oh, here's Giga Chad.
There's a lot new about Lightfall. We have this new location, and it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city.
Oh, that art
and they
piece
have
is...
new
Oh, bro, that
perspectives
art
that we
piece is
really
beautiful.
haven't seen in characters in Destiny, and that's taking the form of the Cloud Striders, Nimbus.
That's a
and
body
Rohan.
type I dream of.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you.
Oh, bro, everything looks so good. This is a Sony
Rohan
money.
is the grizzled old veteran who's too old
don't
for
think you
this
know.
shit. And Nimbus
Witch Queen
is
had
the
it.
young rookie. Nimbus is learning on the job.
Nimbus was definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous and fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders, bottom line, are cool.
Nimbus, on your stakes.
Okay, he reminds me of Cade. He's giving that Cade vibe.
We want the Tormentors to be the most scary unit that you've ever fought in the Destiny universe.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
It's incredibly intimidating. This thing wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
The Tormentor can like grab you, and that's something we've never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe.
What?
Has the player in his hands.
And in those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out all the background sound. So you really have this intimate moment with this terrifying creature grabbing you.
Nah, that's not okay, bro. Hey, what was that?
Lightfall and Season of Defiance are
She
two
finally-
sides of the Destiny
yes.
coin.
I want to see her with a
on
gun.
the Lightfall side, we have
Amanda
crazy
Holiday, I think that's the
neon
name.
cities, going on an adventure far away, sort of bombastic action fantasy. On the Season of Defiance side of the coin, it's a story that's much more closer to home.
Oh, that's sweet.
Season of Defiance is about the ground war on Earth. CALUS's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth. We're freeing prisoners.
Go now.
We're trying to protect the last city, but much more directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
You're working
Wow, okay,
with
the whole
Petra,
EDZ
you're working
changed.
with Devram, you're working with all these people
Oh,
that
yes,
you know that are
Devram.
close to home and that are battling for the real thing you're trying to save.
What? Why's the pyramid what? Middle there.
We have a lot of weapons and armor for players to earn, and
Stasis
I'm super
bow.
excited to see what you've been working on.
We have a couple of Strand exotics. The Warlocks are getting what's called Swarmers. They're these boots that will, on Tangled Destruction, create new threadlings at that location. Now they can either shoot it, or they can pick up a tangle and throw a tangle, and then that will also create threadlings. The Hunters are getting this helmet that will help them grapple through the air. As you grapple, you gain this new ability called Woven Mail, and it's reducing the incoming damage except for headshots. The Titans get boots that will augment a aspect that they have. The aspect itself will just send out a wave that will suspend enemies in front of their barricade after casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves. Whenever they spend an enemy with these boots on, they also gain Woven Mail. So pushing the front line further and further by being tanky.
That's good.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest.
So you can get...
We have this
that works in
incredibly
PvP.
cool heavy metal machine gun
This,
that
I really
fires
like this one.
according to its own rhythm, where it gets alternate effects every 4th bullet, and then every 16th bullet, it gets even more added to it. So we have this pistol that will use advanced technology to find your enemies. And so suddenly you're not worrying about aiming, you're really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time. And it opens you up to consider your movement more
Kinda like an
than your
auto-aim
aiming, being able
Devil
to lock
Rune.
onto multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think, a moment where I kind of went, whoa.
Yeah, it's like an auto-aim Devil's Ruin. I like that.
We're introducing a ton of new features that are designed to make sure that the player experiences are as good as they can be.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0, which is the system of both, hey, let's make it more understandable how you make a build. And then let's allow you to save that build and
Oh
quickly
my
swap
God.
between them.
When we started the process of figuring out how we are going to improve build craft,
That looked
one
a
of the
lot.
things that we
There was a
needed
lot
to
there.
do was make it easier to go from I have never done any build crafting to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said we need to improve this experience, they came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you see your whole build on one screen?
It's all in one place.
What do weapons get the
You can
bonus?
see
Oh,
it, you
dude.
can read
Get a
it,
chance to
you
read
can
it.
learn. And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's going to come in and basically be our
Oh
first
my God.
ever companion to every single player.
Guardian ranks is our
So
answer
much.
to what should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better. You have this track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to start diving into that system along with accommodations, a way to finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive relationship between our players. When we think about the future of Destiny, we think there's so much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
We are walking
This
through
is
our
so
10-year
big.
anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny being such a core part of our players' lives. We just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been talking about this antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in a way that we haven't yet.
We're paying off storylines that have been coming together and been building for years.
More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where
Oh, is
we're
it gonna be
closing
final
down
shape
the
tease?
Light and Darkness saga.
No? No, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
But
That's
Destiny
so
is
beautiful.
far from over.
This universe is about more than the conflict between the Traveler and the Pyramids, and we want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer, and Lightfall is the catalyst for that. It's high stakes, thrilling action, all at the same time, pushing the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
Oh, is that armor? That's new armor. That's new armor. What was that? I'll tease a little bit of the armor. Are we done? Are we done? That was a short Vidoc, I feel like. That was a very short Vidoc. It was done. Okay, it was done. It was actually 60 minutes.
Story.
That was like still so. The one thing I just didn't expect was how big Neomuna is. I think it's like definitely bigger than Seraphim's Throne World. The Seraphim's Throne World is tiny. Well, not tiny, but like it was very much just very repetitive. This is not that. And look at this little Giga Chad, mate. Did you see what he did here? Look at him, move.
On your face.
And then look, oh, bro. Actually looks so good. That looks so good. I'm impressed. I can't wait. How many days? 12 days? Oh, mate. Oh, Destiny's gonna make me feel a certain way, mate. Destiny's gonna make me feel a certain way.